Let's welcome Kathy Holly and Spotlight.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Spotlight. We have a great show planned tonight. I have wonderful guests, singers, songwriters, musicians, Connie Ducey, and Lauralee Brown, all the way from Marin County. Thank you, ladies, for joining me tonight. And there's no other blonde but me tonight. This is exceptional. No, it's great to have you here. I'd like to start with Connie. Connie, I think I've known both of you about maybe the same time, but maybe I haven't known you as long as I've known Lauralee Brown. So I don't know how you got started in music, but we have a mutual dear friend who's known you for a long time, right?
Yeah, we do.
Judy,
yeah. Came from a very musical family, clear back. I think the first time I ever performed was in a little girl trio at a church picnic, and we sang The Shadow, Me and My Shadow. And I was about 9. And
where was this?
In Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, so you're in Ohio, lady?
I moved, moved out
here.
I've lived twice as long here as my birth state. But
why, oh, why, oh, did you
why,
ever leave?
Why? But
the weather.
It was a good decision, trust me. But very musical family. I even had my dad's oldest brother actually made his living. He was a big band leader back there.
Oh, really?
And he actually, this is true, my father was at the church where the McGuire sisters were singing, and he told his brother, you better get these girls. And so they actually came and started singing secular music with him.
With him?
Yeah.
So he was a band
the Carl
leader.
Taylor Orchestra, it was called.
Oh, great.
But,
were they out here in California?
No, they were back in Ohio.
In Ohio.
And then later had a booking agency after they didn't do the band. But when the family, my mother and dad were singers, people played instruments,
right,
everybody.
Right. Those were the days.
Yeah, and the extended family, we'd get together and it would be like the Partridge Family or something.
Oh, what fun.
So I was singing harmony from a very young age. But then I had a little break. Couple of kids,
that'll do it.
Moved across country.
Came to California.
The
lure.
Yeah.
The lure of California. Get away from Ohio. We want to go to California.
I had
Crazy
to go.
California.
I had to go. And but then I about 12 years off, and then found myself with a bunch of friends over in Berkeley who did a lot of we did a lot of jamming.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and, that's always fun.
The original group that we ended up forming was called Twisted Kicks.
I love it. Oh, it sounds like a rock group.
It was an original rock and roll, and 2 of the band members were really good songwriters, and we rehearsed like crazy.
Did you do all covers? Or,
no, we did all
originals.
We did a few covers, but it was pretty. We were the most rehearsed band that I've ever worked in. But
that is great, though. That's good.
We used to play at the Starry Plow in Berkeley, and the Berkeley Square,
and
then we played at the Chi-Chi Club in San Francisco. We were the first rock band that was there.
This is so great. And then since then, fast forward, I know you have many groups that you are a part of.
Yes.
Namely Us is one of them.
Yes.
Sea Jam is another.
The Current.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I know we're going to definitely talk later on to Lauralee, but Lauralee, you were part of a group that I think you started, and Connie was in it, called the Femmes.
Oh, it was wonderful.
Oh my gosh! Well, let's show I have those pictures of Connie, and also I know you're with your group, and then I think there's 2 pictures of the Femmes there. So let's get those pictures, those photos up. Photos 1, 3, and 4, I call them. Now let's see. So I can't really tell that. Oh yeah, that's Namely Us.
That's the Namely Us.
Right, and that. Okay, but those are the CD covers.
Right.
All right, but I also have some photos of you performing. There we go. Now, is that you 2 different?
That's my daughter posted that on Facebook. That's me with Twisted Kicks on the left, and then that's me at 19 Broadway. I think I might be with Namely Yes there, but that's real. Well, you can see the dates.
Yeah, I can see the difference.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and the
great.
dates are on there.
And there's some other photos with the
Yeah.
femmes, I believe. If we put those up there, you girls
there
are.
we are.
4 girls singing together.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, that's great, called the femmes. It's so clever.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, and I
We had
think
a good
there's
time.
maybe there's one other. I'm not sure. Oh, the femme fatales. A takeoff. Oh, that is great. But you are no longer the femmes. Is that correct?
That is, we, and Lauralee can address this too, but we all had things going on individually as well.
It's so hard.
And it's hard to
it
keep
up.
everybody's schedule, but we're fast friends.
That's great. You're
So,
still good
and we
friends. In the
still
show
enjoy it.
business, you've got to have good friends and
Yeah.
you can work together. I just happen to have a little clip of you from YouTube singing, this time, The Dreams on Me. And I'm not sure where the performance was. We can talk more about
Okay.
that. But let's see that clip.
Somewhere, someday, we'll be close together. Wait and see. Oh, by the way, this time the dream's on me. You'll take my hand and you look at me adoringly. But as things stand, this time the dream.
Love that song and the way you're doing it. This is probably a style you love.
I do.
right?
I do very much. I'm a ballad girl, kind of. I mean, I do a lot.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of different
know you do.
styles, but I yeah.
And this is your favorite style? You
Yeah,
think?
the Great American Songbook, jazz standards, and things.
Well, who is that wonderful trio? I recognize the piano
yeah.
player.
That's Mike
is it?
Greensill
Right, great
on the piano,
musicians.
John Watala on bass,
Oh,
and
yes.
Vince Ladiano on drums. Fantastic. And I had an opportunity. It was up at Silos in Napa.
In Napa, right.
And,
yeah, wonderful club.
Had an opportunity to get some footage.
I think it's wonderful.
great.
Not only that, but you entertained, and I'm sure everyone had a great time.
We did.
See, these types of clubs don't exist in numbers,
Yeah,
really.
you're
It's
right.
getting more and more difficult to have that combination
Absolutely.
and perform, don't you think?
Absolutely.
I mean, I was wondering, so in the showbiz world, we've all had little, maybe side jobs. What was your side job before you got to singing?
A number of things, but I ended up, my last work days were with the Tamalpais Union High School District.
Oh my gosh.
And I was a
great.
senior data information specialist. So I was in tech. I started working in tech in 1980, actually. And the funny thing was that the computer company that I worked for, they kind of adopted the Twisted Kicks group, and
Well,
we
that's what I was
became,
thinking.
we
That's
played,
great.
yeah, we played at all kinds of parties, and they made buttons that said one of our songs was "You Can If You Want To," and
Oh, I love
it was a riot. So
So we can always use a little music application
That's-
with whatever else
that's right.
we happen to be doing in life.
Right.
Yeah, I think right now you should send out to every TAM graduate a little mailing list, get a mailing list compiled.
Yeah.
But and because when you do perform in Marin. I've seen you
Absolutely,
at the
yeah.
Panama, for
Thank you.
instance, right?
Yes.
I love it.
You're-
One of the few places left, kind of
It
a
is.
mellow
It is.
jazz room.
Panama and San
then-
Rafael. Uh-huh.
And then the other Sunday gig that you have many times.
19 Broadway in
19
Fairfax
Broadway.
once a month.
So,
yeah.
well, down here in Pacific, I can think of one or two places that would probably love to have you. I'll talk to the owners after the
Please,
show.
if you'll do it with me.
Definitely. Oh, of course I would. Now, that was Connie, the wonderful jazz ballad singer. But let's listen to a CD clip or one of the tracks for a short little, excerpt of Love for Sale. Totally different.
Love is happiness.
I've had happiness, but it ended one day.
No, that's me.
Now I
That's Kathy.
look at life.
I'm sorry, that's the wrong. Yeah, this one is Love for Sale, but that's okay. It's tied in with love.
It
I will-
is,
I
and
will-
you sound
there's
beautiful.
Lots of
You
there's-
sang it beautifully.
Well,
Yes.
you know, there's
Sultry.
a sultry, yes, of course. But there are always, but Love for Sale is with, there it is.
Love for sale, appetizing love for sale. Love that's fresh, still unspoiled, love that's only slightly soiled. I got love for sale. Who will buy? Who would like to sample my supply? Who would like
Love
to
it.
pay the price for a trip to paradise? I got love for sale. Let the poets find the love in their childish way. I know every type of love, the better of than day. If you want the thrill of love, I've been through the mill of love, through love, every kind but true love.
Wow, and that was the Klein Trio?
The Klein Trio, and interestingly enough, that Mike Klein was the original piano player for the group, namely us. And these were, I call them young guns, but they had been playing together since they were kids. In fact, the drummer, Spike, and Mike are twin brothers. So they've been
another family
yeah,
of
another family
musicians.
affair, and they specifically focus on jazz, and they're really quite good. Trevor Kinsell, the bass player, I just played with him at 19 Broadway a couple weeks ago.
Well, there we go.
So-
So we can, and I have this CD. I'm holding it up, but we have a photo of this particular CD. It's dark, but there it is. And on that CD, great picture.
There it is.
There we go. But I want to find out, how can people get your CDs now? On iTunes, or where do we go?
You know, we used to have the Namely Us was on CD Baby before. Anyway, before we really got into iTunes, and but if people want to contact me through my website,
Okay, that would be the best way
the
then.
best way,
See?
contact me, and I'm happy to get those out.
That's wonderful. Everybody out there in TV land, that's really important to contact the website, or in some people's cases, Facebook page, which brings me to Lauralee Brown, our singer-songwriter tonight, who is here. And Lauralee, I have to know, I've known you for a while. In fact, I'm just thinking maybe 10, 12 years?
I would say so, yes.
You'd say so.
Yes.
And you used to do some bookings at a club or restaurant
I did.
in Sausalito. And you also had a radio program.
Yes, I did. Radio Sausalito.
Radio Sausalito.
I produced your Sausalito music scene and Bay Area Jazz Spotlight. I featured Namely Us on one episode of Bay Area Jazz Spotlight.
Definitely perfect. And where are you originally from?
My mother. New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Oh, great place.
Yes.
Great place to be from. When did you move to the, up here?
As a full-grown adult, I moved here in 1983.
And were you always in music?
I've been singing before I could walk.
Before you could walk.
Yes,
That's like
that's
every one of us, I
my-
think.
I think
We're
Yes.
born with the gift, and then it's up to us to either use it or not use it, I guess. Something like that. Is that about how it was? You mean you wanted to do this professionally?
I just wanted to do it. I never really set out to do it professionally.
Well, once you get paid, your profession. Here's $1. That's it. That's all it
I
takes.
have been paid for it, yes.
Okay, then that's a profession. When did you start writing?
Well, I've been writing, making up songs pretty much since I was knee-high to a grasshopper.
Really? Well,
Just
how does
making
that
up
happen?
songs.
Gee, that's great.
I remember one of the first songs I started writing. It was, I was 3 maybe, and it was a song, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
Gosh, every psychiatrist must
My
be
grandfather
watching this
said, that's not a very nice song. So I rewrote it.
show. You did? And what did what?
I'm not going to kill you.
Oh, very good. Well, you know, you were expressing yourself. And of course, that phrase is used a lot of times, you know, with not a
Where
very
did I get
deep
that?
meaning behind it. All you'd have to do as a little one is to hear it, right?
Right.
That's all that happens. And I just happen to have some information. Oh, I have a photo of you singing.
A photo
Yeah, a photo.
of me
Let's put
singing.
that photo up. I
Okay.
found it. Yeah. This is great. There you are with a full band.
There
Where
I
is
am.
that?
This is at the San Geronimo Golf Course in West Marin.
Yes.
And this is the Pete Lind Trio, which we call For Pete's Sake. That's Pete Lind behind me
For Pete's sake.
on the vibraphone.
My gosh. Those are
And
wonderful.
obviously it was a pretty intense moment because everybody's just really enjoying the moment, all the musicians and myself. That was
Do you know what you were singing at that
I
point? or
think
were
it
you-
might have been Spooky, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes.
And now, were you booked with them to do a whole evening, or? an
I
afternoon,
sang
or
with them once a month there for a couple of years,
Oh, yeah.
actually.
Really?
Yeah,
And was this open to the public?
it was.
It's amazing. See, there's music in Marin, sometimes more than there is anywhere else.
There is. There's
I've
a lot
noticed.
of music in Marin.
Yeah.
There
Especially
really
in the
is.
West Marin area that I live and Connie lives.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of music going on in Fairfax.
Fairfax.
Yes. yeah,
And
that is a great
out
place.
at in Forest Knolls and in
Oh.
Nicasio as well.
That's right. There's that's true.
And
Well,
Point Reyes.
It's time to move. I think I'm going to move my tent. Well, now I do happen to have a little excerpt of a performance you did with the singer-songwriters group. And I know you're involved in the singer-songwriters because you are a singer-songwriter. So let's take a look at this clip I have. It was a performance with them on a Saturday, I believe.
Do you remember where you've come from? Is your beginning a mystery? Do you speak in your native tongue? Or is your language a mystery? And if you're dreaming any of your own dreams, are you dreaming of the mystery of love? Did you trade in?
My goodness. Now, the title of the song is
It's actually Sweet Mystery. The woman that put the YouTube up didn't have the name correct.
Oh, it's called Mystery of Life.
It's called Sweet Mystery.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was
That's
my
okay.
faux
No,
pas.
no, I think that's what she called it on the
Yes,
YouTube
and I
check.
had
And
written that.
Sweet Mystery of Life.
Sweet
Yes.
Mystery of At Last I Found
Yeah.
Yes.
You. And who is the other guitar player?
That's Greg Punkar. Greg and I work together periodically. We've been involved, musically speaking, since the mid-'90s.
Really?
We formed a group along with 3 other singer-songwriter musicians, his wife and the husband of one of my best friends, and myself and another singing partner that I used to work with for many years. And we called ourselves Wreaking Havoc.
Oh, I love it. The names everybody comes up with, Wreaking Havoc. How do you get the inspiration to write? I mean, this is a funny question. Do you all get together and then with that group you mentioned?
Well, sometimes we wrote songs together, but oftentimes we would bring our own songs that we had either already written or had ideas for, and then come together and everybody would help each other out, either with arrangements or just being supportive and giving feedback and then backing up on whatever instruments. and voices.
Well, you know what I'd like to know too about this, it's the group that you are a member of are singers-songwriters, but let me get the name correct. It's westcoastsongwriters.org.
Yes,
is that a group you can
that's
join?
an organization rather than an actual musical group. And what the West Coast Songwriters organization does is absolutely amazing throughout the Bay Area.
Really?
It morphed from the Northern California Songwriters Association back from the 70s. And then I think in the 1980s, maybe the end of the 1980s, it morphed into the West Coast Songwriters Organization, and they do a lot of amazing things. Go to the website, westcoastsongwriters.org, and you can find out a lot more information about them.
Yes, and on Facebook, I know on your page, will you indicate when you're going to be performing at one of their events? Good, because I think that would be great.
I always post. So what I do for the West Coast Songwriters is I co-MC,
Great.
I perform a song, and I also get the judges for the competition, because what happens once a month throughout the whole Bay Area region is the West Coast Songwriters Organizations has songwriting competitions. And it's amazing, the talent.
And do people just go live to this event, or do they send in their songs
They
ahead
go
of
live.
time?
It's a
They
live
go live.
performance
Well, this
thing.
is great for all you
Yes.
songwriters out there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, I don't get inspired that way, because that would be a wonderful opportunity. I did write 2 songs way back when in the 70s.
Yay. There you
Fast
go.
Life was one of them, because I was on the road. And I listened to them recently. They were kind of quick little folky songs. But anyway, this is all about you girls, not about me. So, number one.
No, tell us more.
Oh, okay. That's the next show. You get to interview me.
Okay.
All right. I do want to hear from you, because you said you would sing one of your originals and do
I
a
will.
solo.
Okay.
Well, let's hear it. I think this is wonderful. Nobody's Song. Is that right?
Nobody's Song.
Got that one right. Nobody's Song. Lauralee.
Hopefully this guitar is still in tune.
Sounds good to me.
Nobody knows, nobody really knows. You think you found the truth, then off it goes. You found the truth bound in a thread of proof, but who really knows? Nobody really knows. You're asking me, I'm asking you, what the truth can be. How can it be true that what feels like indifference to me feels like love to you? Nobody knows, nobody really knows. You think you found the one whom you suppose is that somebody who really knows. But what do they know? Nobody really knows. You're asking me, I'm asking you, what the truth can be. How can it be true that for the light to shine so free, the darkness must be there too? Nobody knows, nobody really knows. You think you found the truth, then off it goes. You found the truth bound in a book of proof, but who really knows? Nobody really knows.
Great song. And it's so true. Nobody really does know. Well, tune in next week. We'll find out. You can't. That's life, right? That's so true. Oh my gosh, it's so great. Did any of were your parents musical?
Yes, I came from a very musical family. My granddaddy was, he sang big band. He was a dancer. He played accordion. Growing up, we always had family sing-alongs around the living room, holidays, birthdays.
Isn't that amazing?
One of our favorite songs that we all like to harmonize on and everything was Long Black Veil.
A great song.
my.
That's a great Oh, yeah, I
Great.
love that song.
Great.
And, you know, see, from all of us, we've had this experience at home when we grew up. I mean, I don't want to run out of time, but very quickly, we've all been exposed to live music growing up. I think that's the beauty, not just
is.
TV
Not
and
just
videos.
TV.
Now, you two are going to sing one together.
Yes, we are.
Oh, great.
Hopefully we have
hear
enough
it.
time. Here we
What's
go.
the name of it? Yes, we do.
Spooky.
Spooky. Oh, yeah, not
That's
Snoopy
right,
or
not
Sloopy.
Sloopy
Thank
or
you. Here, Spooky. Lauralee Brown and Connie Ducey.
This was a song we did as a quartet with the Femmes.
Oh, with the Femmes. Two of the Femmes.
I'm drawing a blank on the first line, of course.
Don't look at me.
Thank you. In the cool of the evening when everything is getting kind of groovy, you call me up and ask me if you'd like to go with me and see a movie.
Yeah, jump in there, Kathy.
First you say no, 'cause you got plans for the night, and then you smile and say, all right. Love is kind of crazy with a spooky little boy like you.
Oh, you always keep me guessing. Never really know what you are thinking. And when another looks at you, you can bet your little eye will be winking. I get confused 'cause I don't know where I stand, and then you smile and hold my hand. Love is kind of crazy with a spooky little boy like you.
You're so spooky. Yeah. Spooky.
Yeah, Kathy.
Spooky. Oh, spooky. Well, now if you decide you're gonna stop this little game that you've been playing,
I'm gonna tell you all the things my heart is dying to be. Say yeah.
Keep on singing,
like a
girls.
joke, you've been haunting my dreams.
Now I know you're not what you seem. Love is kinda crazy with a spooky little boy like you. You're so spooky.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Great way to end the show. Spooky. A great way to finish the show, going out with our wonderful, wonderful friends, Lauralee Brown, Connie Ducey. And if you would like to be on the show, my name is Kathy Holly. Spotlight. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Don't forget, live music. Keep it alive, please. Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Kathy.
Wave
Thank
goodbye
you.
to everybody. Bye, everybody.
Bye, thanks.
See you next time.
Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey mambo, mambo Italiano. Go, 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 you mixed up Siciliano. On your Genovese, do the mambo like a crazy with a hey mambo.